Dad, we're just worried about your memory, Karen said, standing in my bathroom, holding my hemorrhoid cream, the tube I'd used that morning, the one that had burned like hellfire. Her face went white when she saw me in the doorway. What she didn't know was I'd installed cameras 2 weeks ago, and the footage showed this wasn't the first time. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what time it is where you are now. I'm 71 years old, built aircraft parts for 43 years before my knees gave out. My wife Linda died 6 years back. Liver cancer. Took her in 8 months. My son Craig moved back to town 3 years ago. Him and Karen and their 2 kids, Ryan and Sophie. Said they wanted to be closer to family, closer to me. I believed them. Craig got a job at the Toyota dealership, sales manager. Karen stayed home with the kids. They bought a house 4 miles from mine. Nice place. 3 bedrooms. Needed work. I helped with the down payment. $28,000. Money Linda and I had saved for retirement. For travel we never got to do. Just a loan, Dad, Craig said. We'll pay you back. That was 3 years ago. Haven't seen a dollar. Then came the monthly help. Car payment when Craig's commission was low. Daycare when Karen's sister couldn't watch the kids. Groceries when things were tight. Always something. I kept a notebook. Old habit from the factory. Track everything. $11,000 the first year. $14,000 the second. This year we're at $9,000 and it's only September. Not counting the $28,000 down payment. Not counting the $7,000 for Craig's investment opportunity that disappeared. Not counting the $4,000 for Karen's medical bills when her insurance lapsed. $53,000 in 3 years. I'm on Social Security and a small pension. $1,600 a month total. Live in the house Linda and I bought in 1979. Paid off. But $53,000 is 3 years of my income. I never said no. Not once. They visited every Sunday. Brought the kids. Ryan's 12 now. Sophie's 9. Good kids. Polite. Called me Grandpa. Karen made pot roast sometimes. Used Linda's recipe. Not quite right, but close enough. I thought we were family. 3 months ago, things started feeling off. Small things first. I'd forget where I put my keys. Find them in the refrigerator. No memory of putting them there. Then the coffee. I drink it black. Started tasting strange, bitter, different from the usual bitter, chemical bitter. I'd get dizzy in the afternoons, need to lie down, sleep for hours. Dad, you're getting older, Craig said one Sunday. Maybe we should talk about getting you some help. I was 71, not 90. Worked in my garden every morning, did my own shopping, drove fine, paid my bills on time. But the memory lapses kept happening. Left the stove on twice. Burned a pot of soup. Could have, burned the house down. Karen started suggesting I come stay with them. Just for a while. Until I felt better. We have the spare room, Dad, she said. Smile that didn't reach her eyes. We'd love to have you. I said no, politely. This was my house. Linda's house. Every room had her in it. The kitchen where we'd cooked together. The bedroom where she died holding my hand. The garden where we'd spent Saturday mornings. I wasn't leaving. Then 2 weeks ago, the hemorrhoid cream. I've had hemorrhoids for 20 years. Nothing serious. Just uncomfortable. Use the cream every morning. Over-the-counter stuff. Works fine. That morning, I applied it like always. Got dressed. Made coffee. 10 minutes later, I was in agony. Burning. Like someone had shoved a lit match inside me. I stripped down, got in the shower, cold water. Didn't help. The burning lasted 2 hours. I sat in a cold bath, cried from the pain. 71 years old and crying in my bathtub. Finally subsided to a dull ache. I could barely walk. I looked at the cream tube. Preparation H, same brand I always bought. Checked the expiration date. Still good. Squeezed some on my finger. Smelled it. Looked normal. Touched it to my tongue. Tiny amount. Menthol. Strong. Way stronger than it should be. Something was wrong with the cream. I threw it away. Went to Walgreens. Bought a new tube. Used it the next morning. No problem. Thought maybe the old tube had gone bad, despite the expiration date. These things happen. But something nagged at me. The coffee tasting wrong. The dizziness. The keys in the refrigerator. Now this. I'm not a paranoid man. Worked with safety regulations for 4 decades. Trust but verify. That was the rule. So I went to Best Buy. Bought 2 small cameras. The kind for home security. Wireless. Record to an app on my phone. The young kid at the store set it up for me. Showed me how to check the footage. 23 years old. Patient. Didn't talk down to me. I installed 1 camera in my bathroom. Hidden on the shelf with the towels. Pointed at the medicine cabinet. 1 in the kitchen, on top of the refrigerator. Pointed at the counter where I kept my coffee. Then I waited. Sunday came. Craig and Karen and the kids showed up at noon like always. I made burgers on the grill. Karen brought potato salad. The kids played in the backyard. Normal visit. Nothing strange. They left at 4. That evening, I checked the footage. Kitchen camera showed Karen making coffee. I'd been outside grilling. She'd offered to start a pot. I watched her scoop the grounds, add water. Then she looked around, reached in her purse, pulled out a small bottle, added 3 drops to the coffee grounds, put the bottle back, started the pot, smiled. My hands shook watching it. I rewound, watched again. Same thing. 3 drops, small bottle, clear liquid. Checked the bathroom camera. Nothing from Sunday. So I scrolled back through the week. Monday morning. Nothing. Tuesday morning. Nothing. Wednesday afternoon. Karen. Alone in my house. She'd texted that morning. Dad, I'm dropping Sophie off at dance class nearby. Mind if I stop by to use your bathroom? I texted back, sure. Left the front door unlocked. I was at the grocery store. The footage showed her coming in. Going to the bathroom. Not using it. Opening my medicine cabinet. Taking out my hemorrhoid cream. She unscrewed the cap. Took out a tube of icy hot from her purse. The kind for muscle pain. Menthol and capsaicin. Squeezed it into my hemorrhoid cream. Mixed it with a Q-tip. Sealed it back up. Put it back in the cabinet. Washed the Q-tip in the sink. Dried her hands. Left. 80 seconds total. I sat there staring at my phone. Watched it 3 times. My daughter-in-law had sabotaged my hemorrhoid cream. The burning made sense now. Capsaicin. In the most sensitive area possible. I went back to the kitchen footage. Found 2 more instances over the past month. Her adding drops to my coffee. Same small bottle. I took screenshots, saved the video files, backed them up to the cloud. The kid at Best Buy had showed me how. Then I sat at my kitchen table. The one Linda and I bought at an estate sale in 1985. Solid oak. We'd refinanced every birthday meal here, every holiday, every quiet morning with coffee and newspapers. My son's wife was poisoning me. Not enough to kill me. Enough to make me seem incompetent, forgetful, unreliable, dangerous to myself. Enough that I'd need to move in with them. Or into a facility. Somewhere they could control. The house. That's what this was about. The house Linda and I bought for $42,000 in 1979. Worth $310,000 now, according to Zillow. Paid off. No mortgage. If I became incompetent, Craig would get power of attorney. Could sell the house. Keep the money. Or I'd die. Craig was my only child. He'd inherit everything. $310,000, plus my savings. $48,000 left after all the loans I'd given, plus my life insurance. $50,000. Small policy, but enough to bury me next to Linda. Over $400,000 total. Worth a little patience, a little poisoning. Make the old man seem senile. Move him out of his house. Wait. The rage came slowly. Not all at once. Built in my chest like water behind a dam. I'd given them $53,000, welcomed them every Sunday, loved their children, trusted them completely. Karen had stood in this kitchen using Linda's recipe for pot roast, smiled at me, called me Dad, and she was poisoning me. I didn't cry. The tears had burned out 6 years ago when Linda died. Nothing left but facts now. facts, and decisions. I took my notebook, the one where I tracked the money, added up the numbers again, checked them twice. $28,000 down payment, $7,000 for Craig's investment, $4,000 for Karen's medical bills, $11,000 the first year in monthly help, $14,000 the second year, $9,000 so far this year, $53,000, not counting the smaller things. The birthday checks for the kids, the tank of gas here and there, the groceries I'd bought when they visited, the toys at Christmas. Add those in, closer to $60,000. I'd also watched Ryan and Sophie 42 times in the past year. Counted them. Every time Karen needed a babysitter. Every time Craig worked late. Every time they wanted date night. 42 times I'd rearranged my plans. Canceled lunch with my friend Walt. Skipped the VFW meeting. Stayed home instead of going to the movies. Never said no, never complained. They'd visited 52 Sundays in the past year. Every single one. Never missed. 4 hours average per visit. Thought that meant something. Thought they cared. Now I saw it different. They visited to maintain access, to keep me convinced, to keep the money flowing, to check if I was declining yet. Patient predators. That's what they were. Karen's medical bills. I pulled those records. $4,000 I'd paid directly to the hospital. She said her insurance lapsed. Coverage gap between jobs. I called the hospital billing department. Said I was following up on a payment. Gave them the account number. That balance was paid by Blue Cross Blue Shield, the woman said. We show insurance coverage. No gap. You sure? Yes, sir. Payment received in full from insurance. Your payment was marked as a duplicate. We sent a refund check to the patient's address. $4,000. Insurance had covered it. Karen got my $4,000 plus the insurance payment. $8,000 total. Pocketed my half. I called Craig's dealership. Asked to speak to him. Receptionist put me through. Hey, Dad, what's up? That investment opportunity, I said. The $7,000. What was it called again? Silence. Then, why? Curious if it's still around. Might want to look into it myself. Oh, it folded. Told you that? What was the company name, though? Dad, it's been 2 years. I don't remember. Try. More silence. Something with capital. Apex Capital? I don't know. You don't remember the name of something you invested $7,000 in? It was a while ago. Look, I'm with a customer. Can we talk later? Sure. I hung up. There was no investment, just $7,000 more into their pockets. $11,000 total they'd stolen outright. $4,000 from the fake medical bill. $7,000 from the fake investment. Plus the $28,000 down payment they never intended to repay. Plus the monthly help that never stopped. They'd been robbing me for 3 years. And when that wasn't enough, Karen started poisoning me. I sat there until the sun went down. Didn't turn on the lights, just sat in the dark kitchen. Linda's chair across from me, empty. What do I do? I said to the empty chair. The clock ticked, a clock that had been on the wall for 38 years. Linda picked it out. White face, black numbers, loud tick. I knew what she'd say. Linda had no tolerance for liars. She'd caught Craig stealing from her purse when he was 16, $20. She'd made him pay it back from his part-time job at Burger King. Plus, 20 more as interest. You don't steal from family, she'd told him. Not ever. Craig had cried, apologized. Never stole again, far as we knew. Guess he'd just gotten better at it. I made a list, pen and paper, old school. First, stop the poisoning. Can't think clearly if I'm dizzy and confused. Second, document everything. Evidence, facts. Third, protect my assets. Can't let them get power of attorney or control. Fourth, decide what comes next. I started with the coffee. Threw out the whole container. Bought a new one from a different store. Kept it in my bedroom. Made coffee myself. Watched it the whole time. Same with food. No more meals they brought. No more pot roast. Just me cooking for myself. I felt better within days. Head clearer. No more dizziness. Keys stayed where I put them. Proof it had been the coffee. Something in those drops. I should have gotten it tested, but didn't trust I'd get the truth. Small town. People talk. Craig did a lot of business at the dealership. Knew people everywhere. I called my lawyer, Bill Morrison. Handled Linda's estate when she died. Good man. Honest. Bill, I need to update my will. Sure thing, Frank. What changes? Remove my son as executor. Remove him as power of attorney. Remove him as beneficiary. Silence on the line. That's a significant change. Can I ask why? Rather not say. Just need it done. Frank, if there's elder abuse happening, I'm required to report it. No abuse. I lied. Just want to make changes. Okay. Who do you want as beneficiary? I thought about it. Ryan and Sophie. Craig's kids. My grandkids. They hadn't done anything wrong. Just 10 and 12 years old. Innocent. Put it in a trust for my grandchildren. Ryan and Sophie. They get it when they turn 25. Separate trustee. Not Craig. Not Karen. I can do that. And executor? You, if you're willing. Of course. I'll draw up the documents. Come by this week. I went Wednesday. Signed everything. Bill notarized it. Asked again if I was okay. I said yes. Left his office feeling lighter. Craig couldn't touch my money now. Even if I died tomorrow, it went to the kids. In a trust. Protected. Next, I called my bank. Set up alerts on my accounts. Any transaction over $500, I got a text. Changed my passwords. Set up two-factor authentication. Then I went to the doctor. Made an appointment with Dr. Patel, my GP for 12 years. I want a full cognitive evaluation, I told him. He frowned. Frank, you seem fine. Any specific concerns? Humor me. He ran the tests. Memory, reasoning, problem solving. Took 2 hours. You scored perfectly, he said. No signs of cognitive decline. Your brain is sharp as a tack. Can you document that? Official report? Sure. May I ask why? Just want it on record. He printed it, signed it, dated it. I took it to Bill's office. Had him file it with the will. Now I had proof. Dated proof. If Craig or Karen tried to claim I was incompetent, I had a doctor's evaluation showing otherwise. That was the defense. Now I needed offense. I kept the cameras rolling, watched every bit of footage. Karen didn't come back for 2 weeks. Then Sunday came around again. They showed up at noon. Same as always. Hey, Dad, Craig said. Hugged me. Felt different now. His arms around me, knowing what I knew. Karen smiled. Held out a casserole dish. Made your favorite, tuna noodle. Linda's recipe. Karen had asked for it 2 years ago. Said she wanted to make the foods I loved. Thanks, I said. Took the dish. Set it on the counter. You okay, Dad? Craig. Concerned face. You look tired. Fine, just didn't sleep well. Memory stuff still happening? There it was. Checking in. Seeing if the poison was working. No, actually feeling better. Clearer. Karen's smile tightened. Just barely. Saw it. That's great. They stayed for 3 hours. Kids played outside. Craig and I watched football. Karen helped herself to my kitchen. Offered to make coffee. Already got some, I said. Didn't let her near it. After they left, I checked the footage. Nothing this time. She didn't touch anything. But Tuesday morning at 9, she texted, Dad, can I stop by? Need to grab that casserole dish. Sure, I texted back. I'll be here. Usually I'd have left the door unlocked, gone to run errands. Not this time. She knocked at 9:30. I opened the door. Oh, you're home. Yep, told you I would be. She looked flustered. I thought you'd be at the store. Tuesday's usually your grocery day. Changed my schedule. She stood there, didn't come in. I handed her the casserole dish, washed and dried. Thanks. She took it, looked past me into the house. Everything okay? Fine. Why? Just seem Different. How so? I don't know. Quieter. Getting older. You said so yourself. She didn't like that. Her eyes narrowed, just a flash, then smile back in place. Okay, well, see you Sunday. Actually, I can't do Sunday. Got plans. First time I'd ever said that. First time I'd canceled. Oh, what plans? Meeting a friend. Anyone I know? Nope. She stood there another moment, trying to read me. I kept my face blank. Factory training. 43 years of not reacting when supervisors yelled. Okay, well, maybe next week. Maybe. She left. I watched her car pull away, checked the footage that evening. She'd stood at my door for 15 seconds after I closed it. Staring at the door. Face angry. They were noticing. Good. The next Sunday I didn't answer when Craig called. Let it go to voicemail. Hey Dad, just checking in. We're coming by around noon. See you then. Noon came. I wasn't home. Drove to the state park 2 towns over, walked the trails, sat by the lake. Came back at 4. 2 texts from Craig. Dad, where are you? Dad getting worried, call me. I called at 4:30. Hey, sorry, went for a drive. You okay? You're never out on Sundays. Needed a change of scenery. We came by. You weren't there. Like I said, went for a drive. You could have told us. Didn't know I needed permission to leave my house? Silence. Then, of course not. Just worried about you. I'm fine. You sure? You've been acting strange. Strange how? Distant. Missing Sundays. Not returning calls as quickly. Busy. Doing what? Living my life. More silence. Hearing me different. Not the easy mark anymore. Okay, well, let's plan for next Sunday. I'll let you know. Hung up before he could respond. That night, Craig showed up at my door. 8 o'clock, dark out. I opened the door, didn't invite him in. Dad, we need to talk. About what? What's going on with you? Nothing's going on. You're acting different, missing visits, not taking calls. Karen thinks you're mad at us. I'm not mad. Then what is it? I looked at him, my son, 46 years old, looks like Linda. Same eyes, same nose, same smile that never quite reached his eyes. Just need some space, I said. Space from what? From people expecting things from me. What does that mean? Means I'm tired of being needed only when someone wants something. His face changed. Defensive. That's not fair. Isn't it? We visit every week. We include you. We care about you. When's the last time you visited without needing money? Direct hit. Saw it in his face. That's not... Dad, we don't only come around for money. No? When'd you pay back the down payment? We're working on it. Been 3 years. Things are tight. You know that. Not too tight to take vacations. Saw the photos on Facebook. Disneyland in July. That's not cheap. His jaw tightened. We saved for that. But not to pay me back. Jesus, Dad, we didn't know you were keeping score. I'm not keeping score. I'm stating facts. Facts? You want facts? How about the fact that Mom left you alone? That we're the only family you have? That we make sure you're not isolated and forgotten? The words landed like punches. Designed to... Your mother didn't leave me alone. She died. There's a difference. And we've been here for you since. Have you? Yes. Every week. Every Sunday. That's more than most people do. You're right, I said. Calm. Quiet. Most people don't poison their parents. The color drained from his face. What? I think you should leave. Dad, what are you talking about? Leave. Now. You can't just say something like that and leave or I call the police. He stood there, mouth open, trying to process. Then he turned, walked to his car, stopped, looked back. You're losing it, he said. This is exactly what we were worried about. Good night, Craig. I closed the door, locked it, deadbolt, chain. My hands were shaking. First time I'd confronted him. First time I'd said anything close to the truth. I knew what came next. They'd escalate. I was right. Wednesday morning, my doorbell rang. 9 a.m. I looked through the peephole. Karen. And a woman I didn't recognize. Older, professional-looking. Clipboard. I opened the door. Chain still on. Dad, this is Angela from Elder Services. We've asked her to do a wellness check. Angela smiled. Professional smile. Practiced. Mr. Sullivan, I'm Angela Norton, Adult Protective Services. May I come in? Why? Your family has expressed some concerns about your well-being. I'd like to ask you a few questions, just routine. I don't consent to this. Karen's face hardened. Dad, don't be difficult. I'm not being difficult. I'm declining an unwarranted inspection of my home. Angela maintained the smile. Mr. Sullivan, I understand this feels intrusive, but when we receive reports of potential self-neglect or cognitive decline, we're required to follow up. Who made the report? I can't disclose that. My son and daughter-in-law. I can't confirm or deny. Don't need confirmation, and I'm telling you, there's no issue. I'm competent. I'm safe. I'm managing fine. I'd still like to come in and verify that, and I'd like to see a warrant. Angela blinked. A warrant isn't required for a wellness check. Then it's voluntary, and I'm declining. Mr. Sullivan, I have a cognitive evaluation dated last week showing perfect scores. I have a clean house. I have food in my refrigerator. I have no medical emergencies. I'm not a danger to myself or others. You have no legal basis to enter my home. I'd researched it. Spent hours reading about APS procedures, elder rights, what they could and couldn't do. Angela looked at Karen. Karen looked furious. See, Karen said to Angela, this is what we're dealing with. Paranoid, defensive. This isn't like him. I'm standing right here, I said. You can speak to me directly. Dad, we're trying to help you. By sicking social services on me? By making sure you're okay. You're acting crazy. Crazy how? By refusing unannounced inspections? That's not crazy. That's boundaries. Angela wrote something on her clipboard. Mr. Sullivan, I'm going to note that you appear alert and oriented. Verbal communication is clear. You're demonstrating understanding of your rights. However, I'd still recommend allowing a brief home check to close this case. No. It would resolve your family's concerns. Their concerns aren't my problem. More writing. Then she looked up. I'll need to file this report as uncooperative. That could trigger a follow-up investigation. File whatever you want. I'll cooperate with any court order, but not with a voluntary inspection based on false reports. She handed me a card. If you change your mind, call me. I took the card, closed the door, looked at Karen through the window. She was on her phone, calling Craig probably. I watched them leave. Then I called Bill. They just tried to get APS into my house. Based on what grounds? Concerned family, claims of cognitive decline. You have the evaluation from Dr. Patel? Yes. Good. Keep it handy. If they escalate, we'll file a restraining order. Can we do that? If they're harassing you, yes. Document everything, dates, times, what was said. I was already doing that. New notebook just for this. Every interaction, every text, every call. That evening, Craig called. I didn't answer. He texted, Dad, we need to talk. This has gone too far. I didn't respond. Next text. You're scaring us. This isn't normal. Still didn't respond. Third text. If you don't call back, we're coming over. I texted back. Do not come to my house uninvited. I'll consider it trespassing. Phone rang immediately. Craig. I answered. Dad, what the hell is going on? I told you, I need space. Space? You've accused us of poisoning you. You've refused a wellness check. You're threatening us with trespassing charges. This is insane. Is it? Yes. This is not rational behavior. What's irrational about protecting myself? From what? We're your family. Are you? What does that mean? Means I'm starting to question things. Question what? Why you visit? Why you need money so often? Why I started having memory problems around the same time Karen started making my coffee. Silence. Long silence. Then, "You think Karen poisoned you?" "I know she did." "That's paranoid delusion, Dad." "Is it?" "Yes. Karen would never. She loves you." "Does she? Or does she love my house, my bank account, my life insurance?" "Oh my God, you've lost your mind." "Maybe. Or maybe I've found it." "Dad, listen to yourself. You sound paranoid, delusional. These are symptoms. This is exactly what happens with dementia." "I don't have dementia. I have a cognitive evaluation proving it. From last week." "So you were already paranoid enough to get tested, which proves you knew something was wrong." "Clever. Turning my precaution into evidence of illness." "I'm done with this conversation," I said. "We're coming over tomorrow. We're bringing Dr. Patel. We're having you evaluated properly." "I don't consent." "You're not competent to consent. Try it, and I'll call the police." "Do it. We'll tell them you're a danger to yourself." "Based on what evidence?" "Based on the fact that you're barricading yourself in your house, making wild accusations against your family." "I'm not barricaded. I'm setting boundaries. There's a difference. We're getting you help whether you want it or not." He hung up. I stood there holding the phone. They were going for incompetency, trying to force a mental health hold, get me evaluated, declared incompetent, get guardianship. Then they'd have everything. The house, the accounts, control. I called Bill again. "They're escalating, threatening forced evaluation." "On what basis?" "Claiming I'm a danger to myself." "Are you?" "No." "Then they need evidence, and they'd need a court order, which requires a hearing, which you have a right to contest." "What do I do if they show up with police?" "Stay calm. Be cooperative with police, but assert your rights. You're not required to answer questions without a lawyer. Give them my number." I didn't sleep that night. Sat in the living room, lights on, waiting. They didn't come. But Friday morning, my bank called. "Mr. Sullivan, this is Rebecca from Fraud Prevention. We've received a report of suspicious activity on your account." "What kind of activity?" "Someone claiming to be your son contacted us, said you've been making unusual transfers, withdrawing large amounts. He's concerned about financial exploitation." My stomach dropped. "I haven't made any unusual transfers." "That's what we show. Your account activity looks normal, but I wanted to verify since there's a report filed." "My son filed a fraud report on my own account?" "He filed a concern. We're required to follow up. I'm mentally competent. I manage my own finances. There's no fraud. Would you like to come in and verify that in person? It would close the report faster." "Yes." I went that afternoon, brought Dr. Patel's evaluation, showed my ID, answered questions, verified transactions, signed a statement that I was managing my own affairs without coercion or exploitation. The banker, Rebecca, was sympathetic. "Your son seemed genuinely concerned, but your records are clean. Everything checks out." "Thank you. We've noted in your file that you're managing your own accounts. If anyone tries to make changes without your authorization, we'll contact you immediately." Small victory. But they were attacking from every angle: APS, bank, medical, systematic. I drove home, found Craig's car in my driveway. He was sitting on my porch, saw me pull up, stood. I parked, got out, didn't approach. "Dad, please, can we talk?" "Depends. You done filing false reports?" "They're not false. We're worried." "You reported fraud to my bank. There's no fraud." I told them I was concerned. That's not a false report. It's harassment. It's concern for my father who's acting irrationally. There it is again. Irrational. You keep using that word. Because it fits. "Dad, please, come inside. Let's sit down, talk this through. This is my house. I decide who comes inside." "I know. I'm asking permission." Something in his voice. Softer. More like the boy I'd raised. Against my better judgment, I nodded. We went inside. Sat at the kitchen table. Same table where I'd done his homework with him. Where Linda had taught him to tie his shoes. Where we'd celebrated his graduations. "Talk," I said. He took a breath. "Dad, I don't know what's happened, but you've changed. You're suspicious, angry, pushing us away. That's not you." "Maybe it is me. Maybe you just didn't notice before." "Didn't notice what?" That I was tired. Of what? Being needed only when convenient. That's not fair. You've said that. Still doesn't make it untrue. He looked down, hands on the table. Linda's hands, Carpenter's hands. He'd gotten those from her. We love you, he said. Quiet. Do you? Or do you love what I provide? Both. Can it be both? Not when one comes with conditions. What conditions? The condition that I keep giving. Keep being available. Keep saying yes. You could have said no any time. Could I? Every time I think about it, there's a reason I can't. The kids need something. Karen's sick. Your commission's low. The car broke down. Always something. Life happens, Dad. Things come up. And I'm always the solution. Because you're family. That's what family does. Is it? What do you do for me? He looked up. What do you need? I needed you to visit because you wanted to, not because you needed something. We do want to. Then why did the visit stop when I stopped giving money? They haven't stopped. We were here last Sunday. And I wasn't home, and you called asking where I was, not because you missed me, because I wasn't where I was supposed to be. That's not... He stopped. Thought about it. Maybe you're right. Maybe we've been... taking advantage. First honest thing he'd said. Maybe, I said. Okay, yes. We've leaned on you too hard. Asked too much. I'm sorry. Are you? Yes. Sorry enough to pay back the down payment? His face changed. Guard back up. We can't do that right now. But you could go to Disneyland. That was months of saving. So save for me. Dad, we have kids. Expenses. It's not that simple. It is that simple. You borrowed money. You pay it back. We'll pay you back. Just not right now. When? When things are better. Things are never better. There's always something. He stood up, frustrated. What do you want from me? You want me to grovel, beg, tell you you're right and I'm a terrible son? I want you to leave. Dad, get out of my house. We're not done talking. Yes, we are. He stood there, breathing hard, face red. Linda's temper too, quick to burn. Fine, he said. But this isn't over. You need help. And we're going to make sure you get it. That a threat? It's a promise. He left, slammed the door. I heard his car peel out. I sat at the table, hands shaking now, adrenaline draining away. This was war. That's what this had become. I made another call, this time to the police department, non-emergency line. I want to file a report, attempted poisoning and financial exploitation. They sent an officer. Young woman, Officer Martinez. She took notes while I explained everything, showed her the videos, the bank records, the cognitive evaluation. She watched the footage. Karen adding drops to the coffee. Karen tampering with the hemorrhoid cream. This is serious, she said. You're alleging felony assault and financial crimes. I'm not alleging. I'm showing you proof. I understand. But to press charges, we'd need to know what substance she used. We'd need a chemical analysis, and we'd need to prove intent. The intent is on video. We see her adding something. We don't see what. Could be flavoring, could be medicine, could be poison. We don't know. You think she was adding flavoring to my hemorrhoid cream? I'm saying a defense attorney would argue that. You'd need the substance tested. You'd need medical evidence that you were poisoned. I don't have the substance. I threw it out. Then it's your word against hers. I have video evidence of ambiguous actions. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it's hard to prosecute. What about the financial exploitation? The fake medical bills? The fake investment? Do you have proof those were fake? I called the hospital. They said insurance paid. Karen told me it didn't. That's a civil matter, not criminal. You'd have to sue her for fraud. And the bank fraud report? The APS call? Those are concerning. But again, they'd argue they were genuinely worried. No ill intent. I stared at her. So they can poison me and steal from me, and I have no recourse? I didn't say that. I'm saying criminal prosecution would be difficult. You have civil options, restraining order, lawsuit. And if they continue harassing you, we can charge them with that. She filed the report. Gave me a case number, said to call if they showed up again. It wasn't nothing, but it wasn't enough. I spent the weekend alone. Didn't answer calls, didn't check texts, just worked in the garden, pulled weeds, trimmed the roses Linda had planted, watered the tomatoes. Physical work. Simple. Clear. Monday morning, Bill called. "Frank, we need to talk. Craig filed a petition for emergency guardianship." My chest went cold. What does that mean? Means he's asking a judge to grant him immediate authority over your person and finances. Claims you're mentally incompetent and a danger to yourself. I have an evaluation proving I'm competent. I know. We'll present that. But there's a hearing scheduled for Thursday. You'll need to be there. What happens if he wins? He gets legal control, can move you, can manage your money, can make medical decisions. Based on what evidence? According to the petition, refusal of wellness checks, paranoid accusations, social withdrawal, financial irregularities. Financial irregularities. The bank report he filed. He's using that. The bank cleared me. I know. We'll present that too. But Frank, this is serious. He's got a lawyer. They're coming hard. What do I do? Show up. Be calm. Be rational. Let the judge see you're competent. What if that's not enough? Then we appeal. But it won't come to that. You've got documentation. You've got the cognitive evaluation. You've got clean bank records. They've got allegations. I hung up. Sat there. Thursday. 3 days. If Craig won, this was over. He'd control everything, move me into a facility, sell the house, take the money, Linda's house, our house. 44 years of memories. I couldn't let that happen. I spent Tuesday preparing, gathered documents, bank statements, medical records, the videos, printed everything, put it in a binder, called Officer Martinez, asked if she'd testify if needed. She said yes. Called Dr. Patel. Same question, same answer. Called Walt, my friend from the factory, asked if he'd noticed any decline in me. Hell no, Walt said. You're sharp as ever. Why? My son's trying to have me declared incompetent. Walt swore, colorfully. What do you need? Character witness, if it comes to that. I'll be there. Wednesday night I couldn't sleep. Lay in bed staring at the ceiling. Linda's side empty. I'm trying, I said to the dark. I don't know what else to do. The house settled around me. Familiar creaks, familiar sounds. Thursday morning I dressed carefully. Slacks, button-down shirt, tie. Linda's favorite, dark blue, shaved. Combed my hair. Looked at myself in the mirror. 71 years old, face lined, hair gray, but eyes clear. Mind clear. You've got this, I told my reflection. Bill picked me up at 8. Courthouse was downtown. Old building, stone steps, marble floors. Craig was already there. Karen beside him. Their lawyer. Expensive suit, slick hair. Craig looked at me. Face unreadable. We went into the courtroom. Judge Walker presiding, woman in her 50s, stern face. Craig's lawyer went first, presented the petition, laid out concerns, cited the APS refusal, the bank report, the accusations of poisoning, my social withdrawal. Your Honor, Mr. Sullivan's behavior has deteriorated dramatically. He's become paranoid, delusional, and hostile toward family members who are only trying to help. He refuses professional assistance. He's isolated himself. These are classic signs of cognitive decline and potential self-neglect. Judge Walker looked at me. Mr. Sullivan, how do you respond? I stood. Bill had told me to stand when addressing the court. Your Honor, I'm not incompetent. I'm protective. Of what? My assets, my autonomy, my safety. Your son claims you've made paranoid accusations, that you believe your daughter-in-law poisoned you. I don't believe it, Your Honor. I know it. I have video evidence. Murmur in the courtroom. Craig's lawyer objected. Judge waved him down. You have evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Bill stood. Your Honor, we'd like to present exhibits. Proceed. Bill brought up the video on a laptop, played it for the court. Karen entering my bathroom, tampering with the cream. Karen adding drops to my coffee. The courtroom went silent. Judge Walker watched, face still stern. Then, Mr. Morrison, what am I looking at? Video evidence of Ms. Sullivan tampering with Mr. Sullivan's medication and food. Craig's lawyer stood. Your Honor, this proves nothing. We don't know what substance is being added. Could be anything. Could be poison, I said. Or vitamins, the lawyer shot back. Or flavoring, or nothing at all. This video is ambiguous at best. Judge Walker looked at me. Mr. Sullivan, did you have the substance tested? No, Your Honor. I discarded it after the incident, but I experienced severe burning and pain consistent with capsaicin exposure. Did you seek medical treatment? No, I treated it at home. So we have no medical evidence. Correct. She frowned, looked at Craig. Mr. Sullivan, Jr., did you know your wife was doing this? Craig stood. No, Your Honor, and I don't believe she was. My father has become increasingly paranoid. I think he's misinterpreting normal actions. Normal actions like tampering with medication? She could have been checking expiration dates, organizing his cabinet. He's interpreting it as malicious. And the coffee? Adding flavor, perhaps? I don't know. But poison? That's absurd. Judge Walker looked back at me. Mr. Sullivan, Sr., you've refused wellness checks. Why? Because I'm not unwell, Your Honor. I'm competent. I manage my home, my finances, my health. I don't need supervision. Your son disagrees. My son wants control of my assets. Craig's lawyer objected. Your Honor, that's a baseless accusation. Is it? Bill stood. Your Honor, we have evidence of financial exploitation. He presented the bank records. The down payment Craig never repaid. The fake medical bills. The fake investment. Judge Walker reviewed them. Mr. Morrison, this shows financial assistance, not exploitation. Assistance that was never repaid. Assistance obtained through false pretenses. The medical bills were covered by insurance. The investment never existed. Craig's lawyer countered. Your Honor, families loan money. Sometimes it's not repaid immediately. That's not exploitation. That's family helping family. Family that filed a false fraud report with his bank, Bill said. Not false. Concerned. When my client noticed unusual behavior, he reported it. That's not fraud. That's due diligence. Back and forth. Arguments flying. Me sitting there watching it happen. Finally, Judge Walker held up her hand. Enough. Silence. She looked at me. Long look. Assessing. Mr. Sullivan, I'm going to ask you some questions. Answer honestly. Yes, Your Honor. Where are you right now? Courtroom. County Courthouse. Downtown. What day is it? Thursday, March 23rd. Who's the president? I told her. Can you count backward from 100 by sevens? I did. Perfect. What did you eat for breakfast? Oatmeal, black coffee, 1 piece of toast. Do you take medication? Blood pressure, 1 pill daily. Morning. Do you manage your own finances? Yes. Any trouble? No. Do you drive? Yes. Accidents, tickets? No. She nodded, made notes. Mr. Sullivan, you seem alert and oriented. Your cognitive function appears intact. Thank you, Your Honor. However, this situation is concerning. You're accusing family members of serious crimes. You're refusing assistance. You're isolated. I'm not isolated. I have friends. I have a lawyer. I have Officer Martinez from the police department and Dr. Patel, who will both testify I'm competent. I've read their statements. They support your cognitive function, but they don't address the family conflict. The conflict exists because my family tried to exploit me. I'm protecting myself. Craig stood. Your Honor, please. This is breaking my heart. My father thinks we're enemies. We're not. We love him. We're trying to help. Help by filing for guardianship? I said. Help by trying to take my house? No one's taking your house, Dad. Then why the guardianship petition? Because you need help, and you won't accept it. I don't need help. I need to be left alone. Judge Walker held up her hand again. Gentlemen, we stopped. She looked at her notes. Long silence. I'm denying the petition. Craig's face fell. Karen's too. Your Honor, Craig's lawyer started. Mr. Sullivan Sr. has demonstrated cognitive competency. He has documentation supporting this. He has character witnesses. He's managing his affairs independently. I see no legal basis for guardianship. Your Honor, the family conflict is a family matter, not a legal one. Unless there's evidence of abuse or exploitation that rises to criminal level, this court won't intervene in family dynamics. She looked at Craig. Mr. Sullivan, your father is allowed to set boundaries. He's allowed to refuse assistance. He's allowed to manage his own life. Trying to override that through the courts is inappropriate. Then to me. Mr. Sullivan, Sr., I recommend you consider mediation with your family. This conflict isn't sustainable. With respect, Your Honor, I don't feel safe mediating with people who've poisoned me. Then file criminal charges. But this court finds no grounds for guardianship. Gavel down. Craig's lawyer tried to argue. Judge shut him down. It was over. We filed out. Craig tried to approach. Bill blocked him. Don't, Bill said. Stay away from my client. He's my father, and he's made his wishes clear. Respect them. Karen was crying. Real tears or fake, I couldn't tell anymore. Craig looked at me. Dad, please. I didn't respond. Just walked out with Bill. Got to the parking lot. Breathed. You won, Bill said. Did I? You kept your autonomy. Yes. Doesn't feel like winning. Give it time. He drove me home. I went inside. House quiet, empty. Sat at the kitchen table. Phone buzzed. Text from Craig. I'm sorry it came to this. I love you. We all do. I stared at it, typed. Back. You tried to take everything from me. That's not love. His response came fast. We were trying to protect you. From what? From yourself. I'm not the threat. You are. No response after that. I blocked his number, blocked Karen's, changed my locks, installed a doorbell camera, called Bill. I want a restraining order. Based on today, based on everything. He filed it. Judge granted it. Craig and Karen had to stay 500 feet away. They tried to fight it. Lost. Walt came by that evening. Brought beer. We sat on the porch. Hell of a thing, Walt said. Yeah. You okay? I don't know. You did the right thing. Did I? I just burned my relationship with my only child. He burned it, not you. He's still my son. And you're still his father. And he tried to rob you. We sat in silence, drinking beer, watching the street. What now? Walt asked. I don't know. Live my life, I guess. You gonna be lonely? Probably, but lonely beats exploited. Walt nodded. Amen to that. 2 weeks passed. Quiet weeks. No visits, no calls, no texts. I worked in the garden, fixed the fence, painted the shed, kept living. Then a knock on the door. Tuesday afternoon. I checked the camera. Ryan, my grandson, 12 years old, standing there, alone. I opened the door. Ryan? Hi, Grandpa. What are you doing here? Rode my bike. Wanted to see you. Your parents know you're here? No. Ryan. I know about the restraining order. That's their problem, not mine. I wanted to see you. I looked at him. Craig's eyes. Linda's nose. Come in. He came in, sat at the kitchen table. Same chair Craig used to sit in. Want some water? Sure. I poured him a glass. Sat down across from him. How are you? He asked. I'm okay. You? Confused. About what? Everything. Mom and Dad say you're sick, that you accused them of stuff, that the court had to get involved. That's all true. Are you sick? No. Then why'd they say that? I looked at him. 12 years old. Old enough for some truth. Because I stopped giving them money, and they didn't like it. That's it? That's a big part of it. He thought about that. Mom says you think she poisoned you. I don't think it. I know it. How? I have video. Can I see it? I hesitated, then pulled out my phone, showed him the footage. He watched. Face serious, then, that's messed up. Yeah. Why would she do that? To make me seem confused, incompetent, so they could take control. Of what? This house, my money, my life. He looked around. This house? It's worth a lot of money. They wanted it. That's really messed up. Yes. He sat there, processing. Then, I'm sorry, Grandpa. Not your fault. I didn't know, I swear. I know. You're a good kid. Sophie misses you. I miss her too. Can we still visit? I don't know. Your parents have a restraining order. But we don't. You said it's their problem. Smart kid. Linda's grandson. You can visit, but only if your parents know. I won't come between you and them. Even after what they did, they're still your parents. Doesn't that make you mad, that they did this and you still protect them? I'm not protecting them. I'm protecting you from being stuck in the middle. He nodded, stood. I should go, before they notice I'm gone. Be careful riding home. I will. He hugged me. First time anyone had hugged me in weeks. I love you, Grandpa. Love you too, Ryan. He left. I watched him ride away on his bike, sat back down at the table, felt something shift. Maybe I hadn't lost everything. Maybe some things stayed. A week later, an envelope came. No return address. Inside, a check for $28,000. The down payment. A note in Craig's handwriting. Paid in full. No apology, no explanation, just the money. I deposited it. Didn't call, didn't text. The restraining order expired after 6 months. I didn't renew it. But I kept the cameras, kept the boundaries, kept the locks changed. Craig and Karen never came back, never called, never tried to reconcile. But Ryan visits. Once a month. Sometimes Sophie comes too. We don't talk about their parents. Just talk about school, friends, life. I'm okay with that. The house is still mine. The money's still mine. My life's still mine. I'm lonely sometimes. Sure. But Linda taught me something 44 years ago. Better alone than with people who see you as a transaction. I've got the garden, got Walt, got the VFW meetings, got my grandkids when they can make it. It's not the family I thought I had, but it's the family I've got. And it's enough. If you like this story, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions in the comments. To listen to more stories, click on the window on the right. Thank you for being with us.